as a comprehensive art form, film is not only a tool for entertainment and visual enjoyment, but also a powerful medium of cross-cultural communication. With the acceleration of globalization, intercultural exchanges and collisions has become more frequent and in-depth, and film plays a crucial role in the process. This report aims to explore the importance and impact on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in cross-cultural communication, while analyze the 5 aspects of cultural difference and identity conflict on gender and power, cultural conflict and reconciliation, verbal and nonverbal communication, and cultural integration and conflict. It is hoped that the research in this report will not only depend the understanding on the art of the cinema, but also promote respect and tolerance for different cultures and promote cultural dialogue and resource on a global scale.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a martial arts movie set in the middle of the Qing dynasty. Li Mubai entrusts Yu Xiulian to deliver the green underworld's word to Master Beile, but it is stolen by Yu Jiaolong. Yu Jiaolong falls in love with Luo Xiaohu and learns martial arts under the tutelage of the Blue Eyes Fox. Li Mubai and Yu Xiulian fail to find the sword, and the chief constable was killed when he searched for the fox. Yu Jiaolong returns the sword and ran away from home. Li Mubai was poisoned to serve Yu Jiaolong and confessed his love for her at the end of his life. Yu Xiulian was silent after reuniting with Luo Xiaohu. Yu Jiaolong jumped off a cliff into the abyss. Cultural difference. In Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, cultural differences are reflected in Yu Jiaolong rebelling against traditional rules. She represents the constraints of traditional control, but loss of freedom and adventure. He fight with Yu Xiulian is not only a martial arts competition, but also a clash of values, demonstrating the confrontation between tradition and the pursuit of personal freedom. Identity. Identity is the central theme of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yu Jiaolong has grown up under the bondage of tradition but longs for freedom. She runs away on the night before he wedding to symbolize her rebellion against arranged marriage and tradition and to explore his self-identity. Eventually, she jumps off the cliff to seek freedom, symbolizing the confirmation of her self-worth and revealing the complexity of identity.
Firstly, the female characters demonstrate independence and strength. Yu Jiaolong longs for freedom and controls her own destiny through her rejection of traditional marriage and her mastery of martial arts. Yu Xiulian, on the other hand, demonstrates resilience and independence in duty and honor, and her emotional restraint towards Li Mubai reflect respect for traditional morality. Secondly, the male characters demonstrate flexible power. Li Mubai, as a top martial artist, has traditional strength and authority, but also shows emotional flexibility, and his attitude towards Yu Xiulian and Yu Jiaolong reflects tolerance and guidance. The conflict between Yu Jiaolong and Yu Xiulian symbolizes the battle between tradition and modernity, responsibility, and freedom. In the end, Yu Xiulian chose to forgive Yu Jiaolong, showing understanding and tolerance for the pursuit of freedom. In the end, Yu Jiaolong's choice to jump off the cliff symbolized the pursuit of freedom and the compromise of traditional values, confirming her identity and values. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon demonstrates the dialectical relationship between gender and power through complex character relationships and emotional conflicts, which is great significance to today's society, reminding us to seek understanding and tolerance in the relationship between gender and power.
Conflict. The conflict in the movie is reflected in the two very different worldviews of Jaden Zhou and Yu Xiulian, one of which is the desire for freedom and self-seeking, while the other is adherence to tradition and morality. Reconciliation. Through the interaction of these two women, the movie shows the importance of finding peace and understanding during cultural conflicts, despite their very different values. Through their fights and talks, they eventually reach some level of peace.
My argument about this movie is about the verbal and non-verbal communication. In Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, both verbal and non-verbal communication methods are crucial. With the latter deeply rooted in traditional Chinese culture, non-verbal cues like eye contact, body movements, and environmental context convey complex emotions and relationships, reflecting a high-context cultural communication style. Here are some episodes that support my point. Li Mubai and Yu Shulian's emotional communication relies heavily on nonverbal expressions. This is vividly shown in the scene where Li Mubai lies on his deathbed. Their unspoken love and regrets are conveyed through their eyes and subtle movements. Yu Shulian's tears and Li Mubai's weakening gaze express their profound connection and unspoken feelings. Gentle touches and leaning towards each other amplify the emotional gravity of the movements. Such nonverbal communication, characteristic of high-context cultures, allows the audience to deeply feel the characters' bond, emphasizing the story's cultural backdrop. By integrating these methods, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon tells a compelling story and immerses the audience in high-context communication, enrich the viewing experience, and providing deeper insights into the characters' inner world.
Cultural integration and conflict mixed together, the narrative mode of the film not only retains the traditional martial arts narrative of China, but also introduces the narrative skills of Western films. For example, the film shows complex emotional levels through multi-line narration and the inner conflicts of characters, which is not common in traditional martial arts films. Conflict. As a noble woman, Yu Jinglong's life is constrained by strict social norms and family expectations, which contrasts with her desire to break free from traditional constraints and pursue personal freedom. Her relationship with Luo Xiaohu also reflects the conflicts between classes and as Luo Yuhao is an unrestrained outlaw hero, in stark contrast to her astronomical background. To theory. The advantage of theory. By understanding cultural background knowledge, students can avoid cultural conflict caused by misunderstanding and improve the efficiency and effectiveness of cross-cultural communications, enhance communication skills. Limitation of theory. Emphasizing cultural differences may lead to the formation of stereotypes, while ignoring the diversity and individual differences within the cultural. Students may from simplified cultural labels rather than comprehensive understanding. Suggestion for application in teaching: use diversified materials and case. Teachers should introduce textbooks and case studies for different cultural backgrounds to help students understand cultural differences and commonalities from multiple perspectives. Practice-oriented teaching method. Through practical activities such as role-playing, simulation, and field visits, students can apply theoretical knowledge and cultivate practical abilities in a real cross-cultural environment.
Directed by An Lee, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a visually stunning film with masterful martial arts, choreography, and compelling storytelling. It redefined the genre, winning worldwide acclaim and 4 Academy Awards. Next, I will expand on plot and theme, acting, visuals, and choreography and music. Set in the Qing Dynasty, the story follows warrior Li Mubai and his close friend Yu Shulian. Li Mubai entrusts his sword, the Green Destiny, to Yu Shulian to retire, but it is stolen by aristocrat Zhen Yu, setting off events that shape their destinies. The film explores love, duty, honor, and the pursuit of freedom, highlighting the unspoken love between Li Mubai and Yu Shulian and Zhen Yu's struggle with societal norms. Zhou Renfa portrays Li Mubai with subtle strength and grace. Michelle Yeoh's performance as Yu Shulian is tender and resilient, while Zhang Ziyi's breakout role as Zhen Yu captures her inner conflict and depth. Cinematographer Peter Paul's visuals and breathtaking, and Yuan Weiping's martial arts choreography is fluid and graceful, with memorable scenes like the bamboo forest duel and the rooftop chase. The soundtrack used in this film is also very much up for discussion. Tan Dun's score and Yo-Yo Ma's cello solos enhance the film's emotional and cultural depth. In conclusion, more than a martial arts film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon delves into human emotions and relationships against a rich cultural backdrop. An Lee's direction, combined with stellar performances, stunning visuals, and captivating choreography, makes it a timeless classic and a unique masterpiece worth watching multiple times.
Conclusion: overall, Crouching Tiger, Hiding Dragon is not only an action movie, but also a profound exploration of culture, conflicts, and reconciliation through a complex conflict of emotions and values. The movie demonstrates how reconciliation can be achieved through understanding and tolerance. When facing different cultural backgrounds, this theme is of great relevance in today's pluralistic social, reminding us that while respecting traditions, we should also value and tolerate individual freedom and pursuits.